So this is the new film by British Indian filmmaker Karan Kandari. And it is an increasingly sort of surreal feminist fable, plays out in Mumbai. I knew nothing about it before I saw it. And in a way, part of me wants to say to everyone, don't listen to the review, just go see the film. So I'll tell you at the beginning that I really, really love it. And if you, I'll try not to do spoilers. The trailer is very good, actually, because the trailer doesn't spoil the revelation. So suffice to say that it has some of the kind of feral fairy tale quality of Night Bitch. It's got a bit of the political subversiveness of Under the Shadow. There is some of that kind of pointed genre satire of A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, or perhaps Julia Ducournau's Raw, in as much as in the case of Raw, it looks like a film about cannibalism, but it's actually a film about, sisterly rivalry. And it's the whole thing has got this, and this is really important, this kind of Buster Keaton-like sense of deadpan comedies. Very, very sharp, very funny, very surprising. So Radhika Apte is who's this breakout Indian star. She's done indie and blockbuster movies and is, becoming a real sort of global superstar. She plays this fiery spirit, Uma, who finds herself in an arranged marriage with Gopal, played by Ashok Pathak. And they live in a one-room apartment, literally one room. Yet somehow they manage to be worlds apart. There's no intimacy between them, barely any conversation, zero contact. She's sort of just ended up here. She doesn't know how to cook. She has no interest in being a wife, despite the advice of her neighbor who says, look, I'll teach you how to do it. These are things that you have to do. And at one point, she thinks, I can't do this. So she runs away. She gets on a train and goes to the end of the line, only to discover that nothing is any better at the end of the line. So she comes back and thinks, okay, I have to start solving my problems back here at home. And then at a wedding, she gets bitten by a bug and she starts to feel ill and becomes pale, like she's going down with some horrible kind of flu. Everyone keeps asking her what skin lightening cream she's using. But the point is that her husband, somehow not realizing that, she needs to be taken care of in this particular case, invites friends of his to go to the beach with them, which is exactly the place she doesn't want to go. Now, we're going to play you a clip, and the clip is Hindi, obviously. So just so you know, what happens in this clip is they're in their apartment together. There's a knock at the door. The couple turn up and say, hey, we're going to the beach. And she kind of agrees. But this will just give you a little bit of the flavor of it. Here we go.
Time चाहिए सोचने के लिए. किसको चाय पे बुलाया?
वही तो बोल रहा था रामू, काम पे एक आदमी जो इधर ही रहता है वो और उसकी बीवी ने बीच पे बुलाया, मैं मना नहीं कर पाया, हाँ बोला, चोर डाला, सॉरी.
उसकी बीवी कौन? 1 मिनट.
नाम भूल गया, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, बस बहुत हो गया.
संभाल अपने आप को, फिक्र मत कर, मैं देखती हूँ. Namaste.
What then happens is that she decides, that she needs to live her life the way that she wants to. And everyone in the neighborhood starts to think that she's terrible and she's not a proper wife and she's a sort of monstrous character. And then the drama takes some very, very strange turns. The weird thing about this is firstly, I loved it. I think it's really funny. I think it's really sharp. It's a great story about somebody being trapped in a marriage that they had nothing to do with, and yet wanting to be themselves. So it's got that very, very strong feminist side to it. But there have been, after I'd seen the film, not knowing anything about it, I read a couple of reviews, and a couple of reviews referred to. They said, "Oh, it's got this kind of Wes Anderson-like sensibility." I thought, no, it hasn't. Anyway, so I was interviewing the director on stage and I said, what's the Wes Anderson thing? He said, I know. He said, it's like that's what people say because their memory doesn't go back any further than Wes Anderson. The thing that he was really inspired by, well, he cited Ozu, but the thing he's really inspired by is Buster Keaton. And we then played a clip from The General, the Buster Keaton silent movie, which I think you and I showed clips from when we were doing the Movie Doctors tour. And the film has this really smart visual sensibility that is funny and satirical and very, very deadpan, but also really kind of heightened reality. So as the story goes on and it becomes more and more strange and more surreal, we start involving stop motion animation. And again, I was asking him about, why stop motion? He said, because it's the way things move in stop motion is sort of odd. You could put stuff in digitally, but no, it's very much about physical filmmaking. So it's got that physicality that I love. It's got this really, as I said, smart sense of humor. It's got a really vibrant evocation of life at the lower end of the social spectrum. I mean, it's intimate and authentic, but also comedic and surreal. It's got it's beautifully production designed. And I just watched the whole thing thinking, this is so exciting. This is really, and also fantastic music choices and really sort of strange, unexpected music choices, not music choices that you would expect at all. So look, Sister Midnight, go knowing as little as possible. Like I said, congratulations to the people that made the trailer, because the trailer manages not to just give the game away, which so many trailers have done recently. And I think it's really exciting and really funny and really sharp. And I just enjoyed the heck out of it. And I really want people to go and see it because it's such a smart movie.